losing money again. And that's with the subsidies coming in. Who on earth am I getting them from? France. Okay. Thanks, France. Buddy old chap, old pal, bean. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to wait until 32, do a bunch more raiding, because we can usually pull in like 200 or 300 from raiding. And then invest that in temples and production, and then hopefully we can just balance our economy. One of the cardinals of the Knights has proven to be a skilled administrator and already provides useful advice to the Grand Master. At this point, making him a minister in a government would almost be a formality. So, the clergy gains 5 influence. Cardinal and administration. I'm going to say no, because I know that leads to bad things in the future. However, that does remind me that the estates are a thing. And I'm pretty sure that I remember at some point in the past you guys were going to pay me money. Thank you. Grant you monopoly charters. Demand your support. I could seek support the clergy, which would get your influence to 50. I get 100 admin from you. Call a diet. That would still only get the influence to 20, which is not enough to demand military, so I will not do so. But now we do have some left over, and now it is seriously begging the question, do we want to go trade ideas instead of maritime? I think we might well want to. The trade efficiency increase, the trade steering increase, just the sheer number of merchants. Because remember, every merchant that we get out into the world is another 10% trade power in Venice. And that will really stack up quickly. You know what? I think we are. I think we're going to have to go trade. Yeah, maritime for the Knights is going to be really, really strong. But I think right now, where trade ships still aren't great, going just trade ideas is better. Also, how far ahead of time are we? Not very, so no, I shouldn't spend it on that yet. Didn't trade as the Knights, I privateered. That is certainly my intention, eventually. In which case, you really want to take espionage for that one? No, for that one. And then you also want maritime and offensive ideas, so you can get the letters of marque policy, which is another 50% privateering. Then you can start really racking it in with privateering. Racking it in, raking it in. You know what I mean. Alright, so the Pope's gonna like us as much as he's gonna like us. We could tech up in military, but I think we're gonna wait until the beginning of next year. And we are going to reset our diplomat to improving relations with our allies, because we need to make sure that those stay strong. Like, it's our allies which is basically keeping the Ottomans off of my back. Now, the other thing I need to double check is how many ships do the Ottomans have? Quite a few. I mean, they do have a tendency to split them up. So generally you can take them to pieces one at a time, but still risky as all hell. You guys are still training? Good. Like, my professionalism is going to be pretty decent, because such a large portion of my military is constantly drilling. Grant export licenses. Austria's opinion increases. We get 10% more money. Then the bourgeois are a bit pissed. Or the nobility are more pissed and Austria dislikes us, but we gain devotion. You know what? I'm going to take the devotion, because devotion equals... oh, it equals power projection. Interesting. No, it's because of the power projection that we're getting that. I'm an idiot. It equals tax income. I knew that. And prestige and papal influence. Like, theocracies can get a lot of papal influence very quickly. And the privateer decision, yeah, you're right. If the Ottomans don't take Cyprus, make sure to check the Mamluks to join the war. They've already taken it. It's not a vassal. It's actually Mamluk. Although it looks like Hejaz is... Oh, there we go. They've just pieced out. Didn't look like the Mamluks lost a lot. Unless it was down here. Yeah, it was down here. So how is the Mamluk army and navy looking like? Their navy should be pretty well shattered, having been at war with the Ottomans. And the Mamluk army, still twice the size of mine. And I would be doing naval attacks, and they'll be recovering as we're fighting them. And they don't have any mercenaries yet. No. My admiral died. That is irritating. I'll go and hire a new one. He's not bad. I think we can go back to speed 5. Just need to make sure that my hand is permanently over the spacebar. It's like, stuff's happening, pause. We are still losing money. Right, it's 31. It's now time to go ahead of time in military. And I definitely want to try and stay ahead of time in these two if I can. I don't think I can afford any other advisors just yet. Alas. We're still losing money, though the margins are getting better and better in our favour. Okay, we were caught there. Aragon, still a junior member. So who else do the Ottomans hate? Poland, the Mamelukes, Hungary, France. You know what, as kind of an outlier, I possibly could start making friends with them. Oh no, they hate me because I'm raiding them. Lithuania, still junior member. Yes, good. Austria hates France. Bohemia hates Austria. And Hungary. Bohemia could be an interesting ally choice. They're a bit too difficult to get, though. Who was the one I was looking at? Naples. Knight's naval strength, -12. So if I boosted my navy, I could probably actually get an alliance with them. You know what? Keep trying to improve relations. Now I just need to wait until 32. Although I've just noticed Crete rebels are starting to grow. Separatism will decay by 0.5 a year until 1554. That's still quite a long time away. And I could increase autonomy to get rid of that risk. I don't think I really want to, though. Because I do have an army over there. Okay, Johannes is in charge. Do I want one more intervention? I think so. So this is really pissing the nobility off, but oh well. And now I'm actually earning money. Why am I suddenly earning money? What's changed? I don't know. My taxation's gone up because my devotion's gone up. That plus 20% national tax modifier is very nice, so I really should be focusing on the churches and the temples because those are further going to be modified themselves. I'm surprised that Venice is worth so little, though I guess that's because of the autonomy. Yeah, that is literally just because of the autonomy. Oh, non-accepted culture, I can probably do something about that. Venetian currently comprise 54% of my total populace. But that will cost me Diplo, which I don't want to use right now because I want to get the plus 20% Diplo trade efficiency from being ahead of time in Diplo. Then after that I can focus on doing that stuff, that's fine. Oh, it's 32. Right, Navy. It's time to do your thing again. Those are all Catholics. May. So I think I started down here. Oh no, they're all saying May now. I'll lose the 20 ducats. I can afford that now. Loot 17. Not getting as much money as previously. 6. Those can't be done until September. August. Did I go this way after? Yes, apparently I did. There we go, 130 ducats from raiding the Aegean. Boom. And 21 for raiding Constantinople. And then 39 from Varna. Can't reach these two, I know that from the past. $24 from you. Border friction. Our rightful provinces are being held by other nations, and our government seems to be making no effort to recover them. Oh well, let's piss off the Mamelukes again. 50 from you. Venice has announced Milan as a new rival. Not me! Interestingly, despite the fact I own their capital. Another 23 from you. And there we have it. Okay, so we made, yeah, about 300 ducats from that excursion. I don't think there's any point improving trade in Crete. No, Crete's an Aegean thing, which I'm bypassing anyway. I'm pushing it straight from Alexandria. Although I'm not pushing very much towards Alexandria. Well, from Alexandria towards Venice. I think I do want to get both of these built though. And otherwise, just sit on the money pile. Technology. Do it. Yummy Fire! Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And then Diplo. Boom, plus 20% trade efficiency. We should now be pretty happily positive in the finances. I mean, so long as France keeps up their subsidies, but I haven't cancelled them yet, so hopefully they will. And we still have 270 odd in the bank, which is great. And we're building the temples, which will offset our financial deficit even further. And yeah, as we get more and more control over the autonomy here, the better and better things will become. And these are full states, so the autonomy will be 0, and I have not given them to any of the estates. Which apparently I don't need to do as a knightly order, or at least not yet. Expect to control at least 20%, so in the future they will. But not yet. Need 5 provinces before estates demand land. Haha. I mean, Venice will probably go to the Burkhas, because the Burkhas will increase the amount of trade income I get. But in terms of trade value, compared to the other provinces I own, Venice is going to be extremely important. It's going to give them like 40% control or something. Bonfire of the Vanities. Gain devotion or gain prestige. There is a vigorous preacher in Rhodes whose outdoor sermons about the temptations of vanity objects have led to supporters to collecting and burning cosmetics, art, books, deemed immoral, and musical instruments. He rages on how these objects might tempt one to sin and urges people, especially the famous artists of the Knights, to bring the things he deems immoral to the bonfires. So I can stop him and gain more devotion, or allow him to continue but rescue the art. I would have thought that these would be the other way around. You'd get devotion for allowing him to continue, and the prestige for trying to rescue it. No, for stopping it. Well, I don't really need the plus 10, because in, what, 8 years' time, like 6 years' time actually, we'll have maxed out devotion. So I'm going to start taking the prestige, which will also increase my morale. Let's put you back into port. Yeah, our income is increasing quite nicely, so we can get a workshop in Venice. That will increase our value. And that's also going to increase trade value. How are we doing in terms of force limits? I think I can get another 2 galleys. Because usually my rule for force limits is I ignore the impact of transports. So I have 5 transports right now, so really my force limit is 24. No, 23. So I'm going to build another 2 war galleys, I think. One there, one there. Because we need to make sure our navy remains as strong as possible, because we're going to be fighting against the Ottomans with like 15 galleys. It's not very many. His Holiness the Pope has tasked a commission of cardinals with addressing the challenges posed by the Protestant movement. While the Catholic faith itself must not be compromised, His Holiness and most cardinals are willing to admit that some Protestant complaints are valid. Therefore, the Council advises many changes to the administration of the Church, a stop to absentee bishops and the worldly excess of the clergy. In addition, several new monastic orders are to be founded to aid in the efforts of the Counter-Reformation. Crete gets more defensiveness. I'm going to be losing stuff. Embrace the Counter-Reformation. I think that this is a good idea, because I mean to remain Catholic. Ideas and tech cost goes up though. More papal influence, more missionaries. I'm not actually converting anything, so not particularly relevant to me. Protestantism is definitely growing. Right, so I can abolish attacks and lose 45 ducats, or I can lose a stability. I think I'd rather lose the money. Although money is kind of valuable for me. Money is valuable. Of course it is, Mordred. Duh! Right, I think I need to start looking quite seriously about expansion opportunities now. Like, still going after the Ottomans is iffy. Although France and Poland would both join. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start building a spy network against the Ottomans once again. We'll start preparing towards that eventuality. It's only valuable if there's something you need to buy. Yeah, true. Like money in Fallout, not valuable. Caps in Fallout, very valuable. It's a 74 strong fleet there. 51 galleys in one fleet and 5 heavies. There's no way that I'll be able to beat that. Annoyingly, money is worth quite a few caps. I could also get another advisor. No, I think I want the surplus right now. Because I know as soon as I go to war and my forts turn on and my armies start... Actually, most of my armies are already being paid. The thing that I would be paying for are the extra 2 cannons and then the 3 heavies. So I've lost my CB against the Mamelukes, which is disappointing. But I think it really is time to take the cut the Ottomans down to size. So France has a lot of troops. The Ottomans have no manpower right now. Oh, this really is a good opportunity. Unfortunately, they do have just a bucket load of navies. I'd really like to get someone like Naples in. But then again, maybe not. Naples is currently at war with France. And France have inherited Aragon. Which is actually a bit of a bummer, because that means we won't have the Aragonese ships anymore. And I would assume that, yeah, France has lost their navy. Bollocks. I was kind of hoping we would have the Aragon galleys as well. That was one of the main reasons I allied with France. Yeah, France is nice, but the Aragonese galleys are even better. Diplo power or inflation and Diplo. I'll just take the Diplo. Thanks very much. France are blobbing, yeah. Naples did survive. Siena has rivaled me. Is this my time to take a chunk of Italy? No, because I still want to kill the Ottomans. Inflation reduction. I don't particularly need that right now. France are the papal controllers. They could call a crusade against the Ottomans. What is my innovativeness? 6%. Because I basically got the whole of the naval ideas tree before anyone else. I'm going to need admin ideas. No, I really don't need that right now. Amazingly, I'm not in debt. Like, this is a first for me. I could take Genoa if I attack Siena. Genoa is actually kind of big right now, though. But if I did that, then I could move my trade capital to Genoa. And that's where the real money comes in. This is easily the most important trade area in the game. It's difficult to take full control of because of how many varied nations it's in. But if you manage to take this entire coastline, or at least just the majority of the trade centers, you can make extreme bank with that. Very, very valuable. And the great thing about Genoa is you can get trade there from the east and from the west, unlike Venice, which you can only get from the east. I think that might even be the only one where you can do that. Oh no, I guess going through Novgorod you can get it to the English Channel as well. So the three end nodes, which are the most important, are England, Genoa and Venice, because they do not feed into anything else. And Venice only gets fed from the east. There are no connections from the west to Venice at all, which really makes the English Channel and Genoa the most important. I mean, you could do it via Crimea as well. That's more of an overland. Well, it's either Crimea or Novgorod, either way. The English Channel you can do via Africa. In fact, that is the problem with Venice, is once you start pushing money from India, you can completely bypass Alexandria, and then you really want it to go via Africa because it stops the Ottomans and the Mamluks and everyone else getting a share of the cash. In which case you then send it via South Africa through Sevilla and then into Genoa. So you do need to control Sevilla as part of that. And also the Ivory Coast is probably one of the most important strategic ones to control. Look at the number of things it feeds into. And that's not all of them. Ivory Coast and the Caribbean. Mamluks are no longer rivaled with the Ottomans. That's annoying. Mantua have rivaled me. It's not bugging me that I don't have enough rivals yet, though. Oh no! I'm being raided. Damn it, Tunis. I'm the one supposed to be doing that. Not you. Okay, so we have enough. Is my claim here still good? No. When's this one good till? 44. That one's still good for a while. That one's gone. So I need to claim Saki's Naskabir. I'm going to do Naskabir first because it's worth slightly more. And then I'm going to need 30 spy network to go after Saki's. Oh, and they're rivals again. Well, okay then. And apparently the revolt risk is gone. Good. I was watching it. It got up to like 70%, but then disappeared. Autonomy here is at 83, so we are making more and more money out of Venice. Which is good, because it is definitely going to be rather important to my financial plans. Oh yeah, of course Aden is a very important one. Ivory Coast, Caribbean, Aden. Yes, I would agree with that. I don't really like to use no CBs. It just feels weird. Plus, I like stability, and stability is expensive to raise. Austria is still the HRE. But we'll be going up against the Ottomans again soon. Oh yeah, we are. Subsidies have gone, that's why. And hopefully they will restart again once we're in a war against the Ottomans with both of my allies. And there it is, they've in fact doubled their subsidies. Thanks, France. Oh, don't tempt me, that's a terrible plan. I do wish it wasn't just the first person who got this boost. That it was everyone in kind of order of what time they got the tech up. So the first place gets 2, second place gets 1.9, third place gets 1.8, etc. I think that would have been a far better way of doing it. There is a game that does it similar to that. Beyond Earth? I think it's one of the few things that Beyond Earth does right. The Ottomans are at war with Theodoro. Oh no! That's what I was after. Crusade against the Ottomans. Okay, now I really do just need to get this and then declare that war. Because both Poland and France will want to join now, and possibly even Genoa. Gain inflation or lose production efficiency? I'm going to take the inflation. Because what I can do is I can start paying that inflation down. Boom. Thank you, France. Right, I need to go fabricate claim. Saki's. Stop spy network. Wait the 4 days for you to get home. Declare war. France and Poland will join. We're going to say that Ergobos is going to be the main reason for this war. Confirm. Group. You need a general. Ho 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 ho! Johannes de Metz! Nice! Unfortunately you're not shock, and this is still a shock era, but I'll take it. Alright, now I need to be very careful about where I attack. So we're going to go down to speed 3. How did I manage to ally France and Poland? Being very, very determined. Probably should have saved before doing the war declaration, but I haven't actually lost a war against the Ottomans yet. I've been at war with them, what, 3-4 times now? I mean, my allies have lost stuff, but I've never lost anything to the Ottomans. But then again, this is the first time that I personally have declared war on them. Protestant Reformed churches reject incense. Many Reformed and Protestant theologians have come to reject not only the elaborately decorated nature of Catholic churches, but also the use of incense in religious rituals. Wait, Sweden Reformed? Sweden is Reformed. Interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. Especially if Britain now goes Anglican. So we're going to have Protestant Germany and Low Countries. We're going to have a reformed Sweden. And hopefully an Anglican England. So I need to be very careful about this fleet. If they start to split up, that would be fantastic. Thankfully, I do have quite a lot of say in where to run to and everything like that. I also need to keep a very close eye on Venice, so I think I'm going to zoom out to about this level. Advancement of the nobility. The state is not the sole source of influence of our country. Over the last few decades, charismatic champion of the nobility has managed to increase the power of the leading families in the nobility. Alright. Crusade, monthly tax modifier plus 10, morale of armies plus 10. National manpower modifier, that's the really big one, plus 30. Influence plus 1. Yearly papal influence plus 1. Or prestige even. And devotion plus 0.25. So my devotion is going through the roof. How's the Pope feel? Hey, Pope dude person. Can I have